So the astrology of the week of 15 March 2021 to 21 March 2021 includes the dynamic Aries Ingress. Things are about to get hot this week because both the Sun and Venus come into Aries, and it's actually the first Aries Ingress since 2017 where we did not have Saturn and Capricorn making that overcoming square. So I think things are really about to heat up. The energy's about to get going as we get into this spring period. That is also the Astrological New Year. It's when astrologers celebrate the beginning of our new cycle. All right, let's get a tarot reading. All right, tarot. Let's see what the cards want to tell us about this week, this lovely week with the Aries season beginning, and the power of that solar transit. I think, you know, maybe we'll get the Sun card. You know, I just want to underscore this is such a time for openness and thinking about you, your needs, your power. What do you have to give and offer? And everybody has that. I'm a big believer that we all have something to give. You know, even someone on their deathbed is giving to those around them. Through that just precious moment of transition, there's a gift. So a little bit dark, but we always can give through the light of our consciousness and our awareness. They call it the immortal spirit that's inside of us, that lights us up and animates the flesh. And so that's always giving if we let it and we attend to it and give it our attention. So let's get the first card. Let's see here. Let's kick off the reading with, okay, the Jack of Spades. The Jack of Spades. Interesting card to start things off with. It's where Mars is. The Jack of Spades is the Gemini energy. And setting aside the astrology, these Spades cards or Page cards can indicate an initiation, a stopping and a starting, a beginning, sort of the beginner's luck, but then the beginner's struggle. You know, you might be choosing to do something, saying, I want to take this path, but then being uncertain or maybe not having skills that you need. Or just in life, when we start out on a new task or a new venture, we're always learning things. There's a learning curve before we become experts. And so there's a real opportunity and excitement and optimism about the Page or Jack energy because everything's so new. And so if we can do it well, we're like a sponge and with our effort. And Mars is there in Gemini now. That's why I'm thinking this could be about the effort to sort of take in new things, but with a wisdom of saying, I know I'm a beginner and I know I have a lot to learn. You know, without the hubris of thinking we know everything. That can help with our Mars and Gemini moment here. Mercury's youth. Mercury rules Gemini. It's young things, youth. Remember when we're young, we can't do life quite as well as maybe when we get a little bit older. We have a lot more energy and vitality sometimes, especially compared to when we're very old. But this is a card of the enjoyment of and acknowledgement of that burst of newness that can be so precious and powerful, but they can come maybe with feeling headstrong or feeling too confident. So there might be periods where we get sort of knocked down a notch. And just think about how important Mars and Gemini is right now. We'll be sextiling the Sun once the Sun gets to Aries and ruling the Sun in Aries. So this Mars and Gemini is a powerful key feature of this whole Aries season and this Aries Ingress. For me and for a lot of people I've talked to, Mars and Gemini exploded activity in terms of their writing lives or work lives or that Gemini sector of their chart. This in the first position is saying, let's think about what was just set up over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks with Mars and Gemini, and now with the Sun coming to add its power with the sextile being ruled by Mars, it's time to I think, really focus in on those tasks and give it the full power that we are able to give with our solar energy to complete some of that expanded activity that Mars and Gemini brought. So that's the first card. I think it's pretty clear. And you know, the videos that you'll see this week are all about Mars and Gemini and its relationship to the Sun and the Aries Ingress and how important it is. Also the domicile tree changes when Mercury comes into Aries. Both the Sun, Venus, and Mercury will all be ruled by this Mars and Gemini very, very soon. So, you know, Mars and Gemini has a lot of responsibility coming out here very, very soon. And that's why I think it's worth thinking what happened already in your life, because that might take on great primacy in what's going on with you. Once those 3 planets are then ruled by Mars, and then Jupiter in Mars is the Egyptian term for a lot of that. So Mars has a lot of power here, and it's out in zodiacal order in front of every other planet. It's almost like Mars is charging and leading the way right now in the sky, which is a good energy to have. That's what Mars does. It likes to do that. So we've got that now. And these other planets are now going to step into the wake that Mars has left with its maverick breakaway energy for the last few weeks. Okay, let's get this. Let's get the second card. Let's see what's going on here. Second card is La Lune. La Lune. Or I just say Luna. That's how I say it in my Texas. In Texan, we say Luna, but the moon, this is the moon card. It's a wonderful card. It's a beautiful card. It's a mysterious card. It's a card of, there's so much happening in the symbolism of this card in the Tarot of Marseille. I mean, this crab is almost being called forth from the depths of the waters. You know, so we're almost, I think this is about the collective birthing that we're having right now. That, like I was speaking about in my Aries Ingress video, you'll see that there's this idea of kind of settling into the new normal with our mentality and our awareness, and settling in with maybe our autonomy and power and what we can bring to the collective. This is the birthing that comes up out of these waters, and Jupiter comes to Pisces. This is the card that corresponds to Pisces. Jupiter's entry into Pisces is going to be quite important. Remember, Jupiter hasn't had dignity by domicile or exaltation since 2819. I think we'll feel it strongly when that happens. And I love this reading because it's almost saying Mars and Gemini, we've had that for about 2 weeks. It's kicked up a lot of activity. Things are getting busy again. We get the Aries Ingress, which is going to add a very auspiciously configured sun in the flow of the 7 traditional planets to kick up that activity. And it's culminating to Jupiter's entry into Pisces this summer, when we can fully step into the power, fully step in and enjoy the fruits of the action and the activity that our Mars and Gemini has brought us. So it's just wonderful to see that. And I think anytime we see the moon or Pisces or water signs, it's good to be aware that there's an interconnection between me, you, and other people. There's actually this sort of collective energetic. With Mercury and Pisces also, for the next couple of weeks, during this next 3 weeks or so, this might be hinting back to that. Tapping into the dream states, tapping into the automatic writing, tapping into the nonsensical ways of perceiving, the dream-like symbolism that sometimes we need to break out of our stress, out of our sense of go, 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 which might be Mars and Gemini. So I really like that Mars is in Gemini, but Mercury is in Pisces for the next little while. That can just support us until Mercury, and then Mercury gets to Aries, and there's that lovely mutual reception, which then it's a little bit more practically oriented and dynamically activated for getting things done. So maybe you can think about just setting up here over the next 3 weeks with Mercury and Pisces to get into some more dream and the kind of knowledge that we can't find unless we let go of what we've been taught, and we can just say, show me, inspire me, and see what comes out. I think that will help you navigate the astrology as it's unfolding. So that's the tarot reading. As always, you can schedule astrology and tarot readings with me, sjanderson144.com. Click here to schedule a reading. It's right on the top. I look forward to working with you and to meeting you. And yeah, have a lovely, lovely week of astrology. Enjoy this birth of spring. The spring is here.